Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Auto Amateur. And in this episode, we're not in the garage, we're in a car, and not just any car. We're in a 2022 992 GTS, and it goes a little something like this. Woo! Oh my God. I want one. Guys, welcome back to another episode of Auto Amateur. I am driving my friend Matthew's brand new 992 GTS. I'm actually working on it for him this weekend, but he asked me to take it out for a spin and let him know what I think about it. Are there any changes he should be doing to it? And I mean, come on, it's perfect. It's absolutely incredible. Now, this is not a video that's really going to go into a lot of detail on GTS, at least. You know, this is no Nick Murray video, basically. And I'm also not going to make the faux pas to say that this is, you know, it's an entry-level GT car, because it's not. It's just an absolutely epic rendition of a 911 with extra horsepower, extra goodies, and just all kinds of magic like this. 473 horses from this flat six. I think it's a 3-liter flat six engine. Absolutely incredible pull on it. It does 0 to 60 in 3.2 seconds. Now, I said I wasn't going to get technical, but I wanted to at least just put that out there so I sound at least slightly credible when I'm talking about this car. But no, really, my only sort of comparison to this is my own experience in Carreras. I've owned a 991 Carrera, a 997, 996, two 996s actually. And you know, they're all in the sort of 4.5 to 5 second kind of range. They're all putting out somewhere between 325 all the way up to maybe the dizzy heights of 375 horses. But this 992 puts out over 400. In fact, it's close to 500, and that puts it in turbo range. Just got to cross this little stony path. That kind of puts it into 911 turbo range. So what should we do? Let's give it a run. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. I hope I was recording. Jesus. That was launch control in this baby, and I've never felt anything like that. Now, I imagine launch control in a GT3 or a turbo feels a lot different, but Jesus, I was absolutely thrown back into my chair there, and I honestly thought like the car was going to take off. That was amazing. You know what? I'm going to do that again. One of the absolutely incredible little gifts that they give you with this generation of 911 is launch control. So I'm going to put my foot on the brake, I'm going to floor the accelerator, and it's going to get ready, and then we're going to take off. Let's go. Ooh. Ooh. Jesus. off the line, 4,000 RPM, shifts gear, up to 7, up to 8,000 RPM. And good Lord, however you do that. Woo! Oh my goodness. That's just all kinds of incredible. Just like every other aspect of Porsche design, the GTS trim is both deliberate and intentional. The Gran Turismo Sport. Very popular with Porsche enthusiasts, and it goes all the way back to 1963. The 904 Carrera GTS first released just over 100 units with a plastic body. In 1964, it went to win the Targa Florio in Sicily, and since then, GTS has been synonymous with 911 like so many other Porsche acronyms. In 1981, the 924 Carrera GTS was released, the 928 GTS in 1992, and today the GTS is available for any Porsche model, whether you're driving their sports cars, their SUVs, or now their electric cars. But what is a GTS? You can be forgiven if you think the GTS is an entry GT car, in that it's an entry-level GT3 or GT2 or the RS versions. In fact, it's closer to the S of the Carrera lineup. So let's take a look. Within the Carrera family, of course, starting at $106,000, you've got the base Carrera. And as you work your way through the lineup, seeing the newly introduced T, the cabriolet versions of the 4, the 4S, and the Targa, you eventually get to the GTS. And the GTS is often released towards the latter end of the 7-year generation cycle, which to some might suggest that it's an opportunity for Porsche to throw together all of the odds and ends of parts that they haven't yet sold. I might believe that, but I also like to think that this is a gift to the enthusiast, because the GTS has some really cool refinements that you don't get on the other trims. So let's take a look. So let's compare the GTS against another Carrera, and we're going to choose the Carrera S. We all know the Carrera S is faster than the base, pretty much the most popular 911 model today. We're going to look at the 8-speed PDK, and we're going to take a look only at the differences. And for an extra $20,000 before you start adding on the options, you're getting about a 30 horsepower uplift, from 443 with the S to 473 with the GTS. 0 to 60 is about the same though. 3.3 with the S, 3.2 with the GTS. So that 30 extra horsepower only getting you a tenth of a second down on the S. Top track speed essentially the same, 191 miles an hour for the S, 193 with the GTS. The color options are the same. What you do get though with the GTS are some pretty slick refinements on the exterior and the interior. So let's take a look. You can see here the silver S with the Pac-Man front bumper. And then we start to pull over the GTS trim, and already you can see the changes. You have the sportier front fascia. It looks a little bit more aggressive, a little sportier. You're also getting the sportier side sills. And then when we take a look at the back, the GTS here in red, you can see the sport bumper difference in the back as well. On the interior, the biggest changes really are just being with the GTS package. You get the introduction of Alcantara, which some people really like and others dislike. I think that's a point which many people either love or hate. There's rarely somebody in the middle there on the Alcantara side. But the Alcantara, the synthetic fabric, which helps on the track in that it gives you grip, especially when your hands start sweating and your body starts getting hot. The door panels, the 10 and 2 positions on the steering wheel, and then the centers of the chairs also in Alcantara, just with design with the track in mind for the racing enthusiast or the sport enthusiast that wants that extra little bit of grip. Just like the other trims, you get the GTS in the coupe or the cabriolet, the 2-wheel drive or the 4-wheel drive, or the Targa. Having driven this GTS, I can see why Porsche enthusiasts like the trim. It gives you that feeling that your 911, your Porsche is that extra little bit precious. You got the refinements on the exterior, the refinements on the interior, your engine's a little bit more powerful,
But I have to ask myself, for somebody who really is striving ultimately to get the top creme de la creme models, whether it's the GT3 or the Turbo or the Turbo S, is a GTS enough to scratch that itch? I don't think so. Well, that's it for another episode, you guys. Thank you so much for checking it out. That GTS was a lot of fun to drive. Stay tuned for more Porsche content here on Auto Amateur. Take care. Bye.